This coming Saturday, September 30th, on the undercard of Canelo vs. Charlo, Lubin is going to be taking on Jesus Ramos Jr. in a fight that I think can be a potential showstopper and might end up being the fight of the night. Let's talk about Lubin versus Ramos Jr. In another fight that is adding to the laundry list of great matchups for 2023, Lubin brings his 25-2 record with 18 KOs to pair up against Jesus Ramos Jr., who is now 20-0 with 16 KOs. And these two gentlemen will battle in a junior middleweight bout that is going to see one of them advance toward an opportunity in the near future at a title shot. And Lubin, who's been there before, knows the hunger of a young lion like Ramos, and he is intending to turn back that challenge. The reason for saying this is Lubin has been exactly where Ramos is currently. He was a young, upcoming, undefeated, potential champion when he ran into an experienced veteran champion, Charlo. And Lubin was 22 years of age, southpaw, pressure fighter, a lot like Ramos. But Charlo was able to turn back his challenge in the first round. Lubin has also gone on to lose a fight since then when he lost to Sebastian Fundora in April of 2022. His face was horribly disfigured after the match, and he has since come back with a victory over Luis Arias in June of 2023. So, with Lubin being a southpaw boxer puncher, a lot like Ramos, he's now in the position Charlo was in, though he has never been a champion yet. And Ramos, who's now 22 years old and contending exactly like Lubin was when he challenged Charlo, we're at an impasse to see exactly where both men are. Lubin has been chasing a title shot for a while, and that opportunity has eluded him. However, when you look at Jesus Ramos, this young man has been working and being positioned steadily toward climbing the ranks. He's also experienced the fact that being a fierce competitor who wears down his opposition and gets stronger as the fight goes on are his keys to victory. Also, he has learned the rehydration game. After weigh-ins, Ramos has come in looking sizably larger than his past few opponents. Will he be able to pull that against Lubin, who's every bit as tall as he at 5'11" and a 74.5-inch reach, whereas Ramos is 5'10" with a 72-inch reach? That remains to be seen. But these two men, I expect, will eventually mix it up. And that's where we're going to find out who can answer the bell. You see, Lubin has to win this fight, being a cagey veteran with a skill set of both offense and defense, being able to box and punch. And he has very good punch placement. He has respectable power. But will he be able to utilize this against Ramos, who doesn't get hit a lot, believe it or not, with the aggressive style that he presents? It's going to be a play back and forth between these two men, and I think the man who is smart and follows his game plan best is going to be the one who's successful in this fight. They both have flaws. They both have strengths that can be imposed. In the indication of Ramos, mid-range and close infighting are his advantages. He's as tough as nails. He does what he can to break his opponents down. His durability appears to be something that has yet to be challenged, at least by the opposition that he's currently faced. So we don't know if he could really take it, because we haven't had anyone in there with him who can dish it. He's had size advantages over his opponents. For example, his March 2023 fight against Joseph Spencer, Joey, was a big TKO victory for Jesus, but Joey offered no resistance. Joey was not in the same zip code as Jesus, as he dominated. And in the fight against Fundora, what we saw from Lubin was his eagerness to mix it up, but not use the experience that he has. And for whatever reason, he suffered some facial damage in that fight. Sometimes when I see things like that, I question, and I'm not trying to take this conversation there, but Lubin needs to utilize the experience he has garnered in his career. He doesn't have to fight Ramos on Ramos's terms. Make Ramos fight him on his terms. And that's how he can be successful. See, sometimes guys are eager to fight to show that they can fight, but not a lot of guys are hell-bent on showing that they can box and that they have ring IQ. And that's where this fight will be separated. The man who is able to impose himself on the other. Will Lubin be able to be victorious in this aspect? It's set up for him to be there. He has fought the better opposition, but Ramos brings a challenge that could be an Achilles for Erickson. He can be drawn into fights instead of boxing his way through, looking to set traps, being the more intelligent fighter and the more fluid fighter. Can he do it? We'll find out. Should he do it? Absolutely. And then on the other hand, when we look at what Jesus Ramos has done, I think the rehydration after the weigh-in is going to tell us a lot about what their intentions are. They may look to be the bigger, more imposing physical man in this fight. And in that regard, you're going to have to look at this like Mayweather and Canelo. Lubin could box, and he's going to probably have to do that. not fight, but pick spots for great punch placement, work Ramos's body, and try and wear him down. That's where the advantages of the more experienced fighter will be. But somehow, some way, something tells me that Ramos may pull this out. It's going to be interesting. It could turn into an all-out war. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave comments. Let's discuss who you think will take this match, Ramos or Lubin. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.